Let's keep it going for Kevin. Guys, I'm noticing a dip in your energy. You guys need to fucking pick it up. I'm doing my job. I'm up here. I'm talking. I'm holding the microphone. You guys gotta bring the energy. I'm not gonna. No, I'm wearing a cardigan. I don't give a shit. This is how I left the house. Do you think I care what you think of me? I don't give a fuck. Guys, I noticed something. There was a problem. An individual came up here, did something very brave. An individual with a disability came up here and did stand up, and I don't think you gave him the proper respect. Let's keep it going for Bopper. He thinks that's a compliment. Oh, God, the only thing worse than your Macho Man was everything else you did. I recently did a roast and Popper was there and I got to use some jokes on him. I'm not doing this for a roast. I'm doing this because I genuinely think you're terrible. I want to point that out. I know! God! Oh, when will diabetes just take you? I'm done waiting. Come on. That's it, you're out? I would have done this a year ago if I knew that's all it took. Oh. Let's give it up for brain injuries. Bob. You guys are assholes. Like, it's one thing for me to say it, but it's another thing for you to fucking clap so sincerely. Like, no, really, he's special. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am 5'4". I'm 170 pounds, and I have size 14 shoes. Nothing on me works right. I walk a little fucked up, and a friend of mine pointed that out recently. Last week, he said, Jordan, the way you walk, you look like a fucking professional wrestler. Yeah. But then yesterday, he said, Jordan, when you walk, you look fucking retarded. So I'm not sure that first one was a compliment. I don't think that was a good one. I'm just gonna do this because it's exactly what I watched right before I came here. Who is a fan of the movie Roadhouse? Got a big woo at the bar. For those who have not seen it, Roadhouse is a movie starring my man, Patrick Swayze, the Swayze dog. And Patrick Swayze plays a bouncer in a small town. They made a movie about a bouncer. And one of the reasons I love Roadhouse so much is one particular scene. There's a scene with one of the evil bouncers, and there's good bouncers and evil bouncers. And one of the evil bouncers is hitting on this girl in the bar. Let's pretend she's legal, because it makes the story better. So he's hitting on this girl at the bar, and she's sitting with a friend. And he turns to her and he says, well, I'm about to get off in about an hour, and I'd love to get you off an hour after that. Well done. That's a classy line. Here's my thing. When he says that, she looks over to her friend, and her friend gives her a thumbs up. Like, that's a keeper. How shitty is the fucking town in Roadhouse that line was like, you get him, girl. It's a keeper. The bad guy in Roadhouse, for those who have not seen it, is basically a Western. It's a Western where Patrick Swayze spin kicks his way into your heart. And you would expect the bad guy in this movie to be like another martial artist, or like an ex-army ranger, or this badass for the big final battle. You know what the bad guy is in Roadhouse? He's a guy who owns a J.C. Penney. That's it. This is a guy who rejuvenated the town and the economy in Roadhouseville. And then Patrick Swayze came in and spin-kicked all his goons to death. And the big climax of the movie is he breaks into this dude's house. Patrick Swayze breaks into the guy's house and kills him. Spoiler. That's it! Dude owns a JCPenney and Sway's dog kills him. Great movie. Guess what, motherfuckers? I'm gonna do Roadhouse bits until the day I die. I don't care if you respond to them. I love them. My grandma's insane. She wouldn't mind. No, scratch that. My grandma has mental health issues. And what I don't like is when people are like, my grandma's crazy. Fuck you. That means your grandma's weird and fun. When you say my grandma has mental health issues, she's fucking insane. My grandmother had, she won't mind me telling this story because she's dead. Spoiler. My grandmother had schizoaffective disorder, which means she was schizophrenic and depressed. And the doctors said this is the mental health equivalent of losing your feet to diabetes and your hands to a helicopter. We had some pretty fucking whimsical doctors. Who says that? I was not a big fan of my grandma because she was kind of an asshole. The good news is she got treatment. The bad news is she got treatment in the 50s. Yeah, the decade that brought us the terms lunatic and mongoloid. It's not the best standard of care. They gave her electric shock.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Which meant they strapped her to a chair and ran electricity through her until she shit herself. What was the science behind that? Oh, you got some brain pain? Let's try lightning. It worked in Back to the Future. In this story, the doctors in the 1950s are aware of the movie Back to the Future and reference it frequently. My grandmother, I did try to be nice to her. I took her grocery shopping. And one time I took her grocery shopping. And for context, my grandmother was Dutch, which meant grocery shopping was fucking disgusting. Picture your food and then cover it in black licorice. That's Dutch. And I took her because I wanted to be a good grandson. I took her shopping. And I got her groceries, and I took her home, and we unpacked it, and I made this old motherfucker a tea, and I left, and I'm like, I'm a good grandson. And then 5 minutes later, I got a call from my mom, and she said, your grandmother called me. She said you gave her a dark look when you left. Bear with me. Maybe my memory's good. Maybe I'm a bad judge. This is the dark look I gave my grandmother when I dropped her off. So I get home and I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with grandma? And my mom's like, she's done this before, it's not personal. And it was true. 3 years before that, my grandmother hit my cousin with a cane at Christmas because, I quote, he smells like deceit. It's not deceit, grandma, that's Dakar Noir. Terrible cologne. Took her out for Mother's Day. Why? She's not my mom, she's my grandma. Fuck her. I don't know why I took her out, but I did. She requested a restaurant without coloreds. Heads up though, if you're with somebody old and they say something really racist and you go like this, everyone forgives it. Okay. Oh, that's cute. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to leave you with this. For no other reason than I forgot my original closer. But I'm going to try and form an awkward segue. Because I heard tales when I was sitting at the bar. People were talking about professional wrestling, and I heard the name Roddy Piper being mentioned. Anybody remember pro wrestler named Roddy Piper? That's fucking better. I mean that blank goddamn stare like your bopper. Engage! Yes, Roddy Piper. I'm a big fan of Roddy Piper. Roddy Piper recently died, which sucks. So I went back and I watched some old Roddy Piper matches. And I watched one match from 1984. It was Roddy Piper against Hulk Hogan. Great match, Madison Square Gardens. And what I loved is I looked in the stands, in the audience, and you'd see signs for people that were like, "Go Hulk! Hulk rules!" Totally appropriate signs. And you'd see signs for people that didn't like Roddy, like, "Boo Roddy! Roddy sucks!" Totally appropriate. And then in the front row, there was a sign that said, "Roddy Piper has AIDS." Let me remind you people, this is 1984. You really had to hate someone to wish AIDS in 1984. It was either that, or Roddy Piper has the worst doctor in history, and that's his way of giving the test results. Like, you know, I could call Roddy. Fuck it, I'll see him at the show. Roddy, you got AIDS. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been pretty decent. I've been Jordan Hoath. I'm going to bring back your host, Kevin. Thank you very much.